I can tell you what we're talking about off air now.
I love you.
And already I'm starting with a sunk heart because I feel as umalume. You know, Abum Chanabam, they don't have a house that is warm, that is filled with things that they can play with, like a grand piano, that is just sitting there waiting for them to just make offers and just why? Because it is there.
Oh, Yini.
I don't feel like this house allows even me as a guest to walk around with a glass of wine in hand and enjoy the art on the wall. Why? Because Mandis, Dyantyis, Nomfundo Xaluva, I don't know what this cave is called.
It's a cave, all right.
I mean, what is this?
You've designed our home now. But you're going to come visit anyway. You're going to come visit. Even if you find a plastic toy keyboard there, you're coming anyway. You're coming anyway. So that's all I'm saying. You're coming to the cave. What you find will be what you find.
Well, listen, you just joined in and you're listening to T. What are you talking about? Well, I did say to her, Guti, I can picture the house. And she's like, you're going to so deeply be disappointed because it is far from what you have in mind.
Far and close.
Oh, hey, I'm winning.
Far and close. But that's all I'll say about it. You're going to have to come and see it. But now that you've told me
what would Zizi say to what I just described?
Zizi would just pack out laughing.
No way.
She'd pack out laughing because she would tell you that her home is just littered with her things, her toys, her stuff. I mean,
how old is she now?
She's turning 4 in November.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, it's her space. You're lucky to have space to put a toothbrush on a surface. Toddlers are all consuming. I mean, there's no space that is your own. And it's funny you say that because some years ago, we got this art. Mandisi was doing a project with Nelson Makamo, and he gifted him this like life-size piece of art. And it's in a box, wrapped, and we haven't taken it out since Zizi was born. Well, we had it out before she was born. We hung it, and then when she was born off, then we took it down because we moved places, and we haven't unboxed it because the delicacy or the delicateness of the framing, and not in a toddler.
Yeah,
we're waiting for her to just get to that age where
she
doesn't throw a toy at it because it's a toddler. It's a toddler home. You know, it's their home, so you don't want to put stuff that toddlers could destroy because
that's when a child and a daughter at that takes after the mom.
Excuse me? You want to say that again? Let's just circle back to that because that went quickly. You see, you're going to need to be a tad slower now on this interview because that was fast. That was too quick for me, and I'm relatively
like
quick.
T's and C's, right?
No. You're gonna. What are you saying about me now? Then you say daughter takes after the.
I mean, who is she taking after?
I don't actually have as much things, but either way, when you come to visit, it will be great, and you'll be surprised, pleasantly so. You know.
Can I bring my video crew?
Absolutely not. What's there to video? No ways. We're going to play music. And I'll give you anything that you like, whatever your favorite glass of wine is. And there'll be music. There'll be great music and great vibes. All the other stuff you said you see, I don't know. I feel like I need to double and triple on the income now. And I think
that's right.
Yeah.
You need more shows, girl.
Well, I need more shows.
Before I come visit,
on it.
It's like the emperor is coming to visit, so you better make sure you get ready. We started the show with Zizi. The 4-year-old we just spoke about. Was this before or after her birth?
Both. Do you know why?
Tell me.
So, years ago, 2014, I lived in this little villa apartment in Cape Town, and I had long dreadlocks then. You remember? When
I remember, yeah.
So one day, and I had this little room where I had a keyboard there, and I would sit and I would play around. So I had my cell phone, and I videoed myself playing this melody that came to me. Because that's where I write, that's where I compose all the time. I'm always at an instrument, at the piano.
Yeah.
So anyway, I start playing this thing, on the piano, ba 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 ba, like, but no lyrics. I'm just kind of scatting it, but I'm recording it. Put it away. 2023. I'm sitting in my kitchen counter, dead of night, everyone's gone to sleep, and I've got my laptop open. But now this is the technology thing, because the iCloud went and fetched that video from 2014 from an old iPad, and it just creeped up. Like,
I'm getting chills.
And the screen was black, so you click, because I'm like, what is this thing? But I can see it's an audio, and I click it, and there I am in dreadlocks, January 2014, playing this thing on the keyboard. And now I'm struck by how beautiful this melody is, and I'm like, I can't let this go to waste. 30 minutes later, I penned the lyrics to Zizi.
What?
Yeah. 30 minutes later, literally, I penned the lyrics to Zizi, to that melody that was playing, that I'd recorded in 2014.
I have a feeling there are other things that you have done before they manifested.
Absolutely.
Musically.
Yeah.
That love song, tell me.
Which one? Which one?
The love song that you are now living.
That love song.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, right? And this is the interesting thing about art and about artistry, right? And how it can prophesy.
I get it.
Right?
Yes.
It can prophesy. When I wrote Wendile, which we'll probably get to at some point, people ask, they think because it's a song about being married, that I wrote it after I got married. I wrote it 2017. I wasn't even thinking of getting married.
You see?
In fact, I'd written it for somebody else who'd asked me to write them a song. And that person was still not married. But I wrote it. And now when I sing it, I'm like, you wrote this for you. And you didn't even know.
Oh, come on. What does it say?
Well, in Xhosa, when you are married, Wendile, Mendo.
Oh, Mendo. Yes, okay,
and the song is just about, and how when you get married, you get given a new name.
Yes.
Igama Lomzi,
yes.
And mine is Latita, I'll have you know. So
Latiti
in my home, I'm called Lati, yeah.
Okay.
And so the lyrics, Wendile Mfaz, I hear people call you by a different name. Does this mean that your life will now? Are you a different person? And all the kind of promises that are on the table when you are stepping into Umendo. And then suddenly how things can change very rapidly. That's right. And so the song is kind of a personification, because not only am I saying Wendile, but I'm also singing in a way that says the person's name is Wendile.
Yes.
And I wrote it before I got married. I say it on stage all the time because people are like, oh, girl, are you trying to send a message to your in-laws? I'm like, I didn't even write it when I wrote it way before I even had in-laws.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about like the art thing, right? Where you can write, you make your own medicine before you get sick.
How's
that?
I'm going to make a t-shirt out of that.
Right? How's that? Your own balm.
Huh?
Yeah. Before you even need it.
Allow me, can I pry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I am on this show, so I committed. So here I am. I committed.
No, but you're the wife of a very good friend.
Okay.
You said hi first, I heard.
I said hi first. No.
No?
No.
So I got it wrong?
Yep.
How, Nomfundo? I thought you are the girl I think you are.
I still am.
Hi. How?
So this is it's a strange one because the first time, because I studied classical music.
Yeah.
And I took part in a competition that was at the time at the University of Port Elizabeth, UPE then, which is now NMU.
Yes.
So I go, and I was playing piano. So I go to partake in this competition in PE with my piano teacher driving from Grahamstown, where I was at school.
Sure.
So I'm sitting in the audience and I'm waiting for my turn. And here steps this very dark, tall, thin, well, thin's not the word, scrawny, boy, and is honest, and he opens his mouth to sing. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then he left. And then I did my thing, and then I left. And then 2 years later, I attended the Drakensberg. It was the National Youth Choir convention or workshop conference thing. So all the schools would bring their choirs to the Drakensberg Boys School. And we would spend a week there. And from there, they would select what would be the National Youth Choir.
Okay.
And so I was there with my school. This is 2002. And we just arrived and everyone's kind of, orientation, signing in. And I'm walking and here this person taps me and says, "Excuse me." And I look and I was like, "Oh, there's that scrawny guy from the, and that's how, so I'd seen him, but we hadn't met. So, but by the time he tapped me on the shoulder, I'd seen him perform before.
Yeah.
But because he was performing and left and I was in the audience,
Yeah.
he didn't even know that I was in the room. So he was shook to find out that
You were
actually
there?
on that competition. Yeah.
Oh my
So I didn't
goodness.
say hi first. Yeah.
So excuse me was the one. Guys, use excuse me from now on.
No, but people think like they fantasize it, right? I was
going there. I was going there.
No,
Can't you
man.
see where I'm going?
No. And then and we've been in doing this music thing since. Yeah.
I think bakuloyile mina.
Baloye mna.
Ukuloyile.
Khona. It's always possible. It's always lurking in the air.
It's possible. And by the
I'm
way,
not writing anything off.
you know when somebody casts a spell on you, it doesn't have to be black magic. They can cast a spell by either singing or by telling stories. He's a storyteller.
Yeah.
You are a storyteller.
Yeah.
I can tell it. And Ugloye, maybe because of the approach, but uloyegile nawe, you know?
I mean, here I am. Here I am.
Fast forward to you being lawyered like this. This is before Yakalinkomo, right?
This is before Yakalinkomo. Yeah. And remember, Yakalinkomo was per chance. Because when I recorded my first album, which was supposed to be like a very kind of underground independent project, fresh from varsity, and the whole idea was that, look, I'm going to put together an album just to document the songs, right, that I've written, and Mandisi was like, okay, I've written some stuff, let's just get into studio and see what we can put together, right? And I got friends in because I didn't have the budget to pay, and so I got friends in, Bokani Daya, Wesley Rustin and Kevin Gibson, who were more colleagues and kind of mentors at the time, but they came in studio, right?
Sure.
And I'd gotten some money from my parents as a gift for graduating my master's. And so I thought, okay, with this little money, how can I put an album together? So and it was an album of 10 original songs written by myself and some written by Mandisi. And when Lindelani Mkhize said he caught whiff and he was like, listen, and he worked for Universal at the time.
That's right.
And he was like, can we have a talk? How about we license that album and so it comes under Universal, but it was already done. So this was a retrospective discussion.
Sure.
So they bought the rights to it.
Yeah.
And refunded me all the money that I'd spent on it and then some. But then the condition, they were like, listen, we've seen you on stage. You see that 2019 gig with Diane Reeves?
Yes.
I did Yakalinkomo. And he was like, I'm going to need you to put Yakalinkomo on this album as a bonus track. That's how Yakalinkomo landed on that album. It was never part of, and at the time I resented the request because I was young and I was like, I want to put an album out of original music.
Work.
Like, why are you making me do Yakalinkomo? And now I think back and I was like, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Because not only is a homage to the late great Winston, right? But you brought that song to us. You made it cross over. You made it accessible. And by accessible, meaning jazz lovers and enthusiasts will keep it as avant-garde and keep it to themselves. And here's Nomfundo says, but this is for us all.
It belongs to all of us. And I think now when I look back, I was daring. Like, what kind of audacity to sit at a keyboard in 2011 and open for Diane Reeves and sing Yakalinkomo, which I had heard for the first time from Swongelo Khumalo live at the Market Theatre.
Come on.
Before I heard Mankunku. Before I'd heard Mankunku, I heard Swongelo Khumalo. Right? But she was on vocals. And here now I come on the keyboard. And remember, that night, I mean, it was a small keyboard. And maybe because the organizers weren't trusting that I'd be able to play the grand piano. So, because the grand piano was on stage.
It was.
But there was a small keyboard. And I didn't ask questions.
I was front row, baby.
I was there. You were there.
Teatro.
You were there. And so, and I think, and when I did the intro, Yakala, Iyakhala, iyakhala inkomo. And I think it was kind of like the baton, right?
Yes.
From Swongile. And then for me to sing it, because I suppose I was the young voice now that was coming.
That's right.
But remember, there was Judith.
Yes.
Right? So,
Yes.
and I was like, I want to go where Judith went, because Judith went to UCT. I was like, I want to go where Judith went, and Musa Manzini and Jimmy, I want to go where they went, right? And so I think that was the profound thing about Yakhala Ngoma, but it was daring.
Very.
It was daring. And now I understand the power of standard repertoire.
Talk about standard repertoire. The song I'm going to play next is from your new album. No, the second album.
Mm-hmm.
Were you now more open to, okay, all right, let me do a bit of a standard here and there. And this one in particular, I know your thesis was based on Mama Miriam Makeba, right? Tell me about Oxam. Just unpack it for us. Why? And because you did it short yet powerful. When you listen to it, when it ends, there's a bitterness because it ends. But at the same time, there's an appreciation that it was redone. Why?
The second album, it did have that tribute element. And in fact, so the from, about where does this tradition come from?
Yes.
Now, where is it now? And on, how do we carry it on? Which is why the album itself was titled From Now On.
Okay.
So was there, because I love Miriam Makeba's music, but also Kuteni's Tandwa, right? Paying homage to the Skylarks. And was interesting because I used to sing it so much at gigs in Cape Town as a student, and a lot of the time the venues that we used to perform at were full of like European people, like foreigners, at the waterfront, blah blah, and people used to think it was a party trick. Like there was such a fascination with the cliques.
Yes.
And as a young, naive, I'd play into that. And now I think, oh, no, I shouldn't have. Because now when I listen to Miriam talk, she's like, there was a time when she'd play this music and sing songs like Ikhalendlela or Otam and the in Exile, and the reviewers or the critics would write that, she sang songs that made strange noises. And she said that they were not strange noises. It's my language. And so I think part of putting Otam in that album was kind of revisiting that and kind of reframing that repertoire for myself as someone who was now older. And putting that sort of vocal harmony twist to it, playing around with it.
Why must it end? But I understand it needs to end. Do you know what I mean?
It's grooving, hey?
What?
Yeah. It's grooving. Yeah.
I'm glad that it's still making you smile.
And I haven't listened to it in a long time. So when I'm hearing it now, I'm like, it's grooving. Wesley was like proper in the double bass, really going in. And part of achieving that kind of groove is the space, right? And I always emphasize this to students, that the danger about learning the jazz tradition and the jazz idiom is that you are exposed to so many ulterior versions of playing something, because jazz offers you by nature so much freedom to chop and change things.
That's right.
And so the maturity, it's free, but that freedom you must know when not to. Right? So the space, right? Knowing that I could feel it could go, it's not doing that, it's just go, and so it's giving, it's breathing, right? Yeah, it's grooving proper.
2024, the album is out, and you're no longer in your dreads in the cover.
Oh, God bless.
Why?
The era had... Okay, but take this. I still have those dreadlocks. Is that creepy?
You kept them?
Yeah. Didn't sell them because they were big. They were big money.
It was big money. It was big money.
I kept them. I'll throw them out, but I still kept them. Anyway, no more dreads now on the third album.
On the third album, there's an afro there.
There's an afro there.
Yeah.
Which also is a lot of work, but it's better than the dreads.
But there's grey hair too.
Listen.
Love it.
That's the thing, yeah, the grey hair. And I always dye it back to black.
No.
But they say when you dye it, it comes back stronger.
Yeah,
Grey.
yeah, because it's like when
It's rebelling. It's like, no dye formed against us shall prosper. So I'm just like,
Is it inheritance?
Probably, I think. Yeah, because it's just there. It's.
Who
I
else?
don't really have a problem with my mother.
Oh.
My mother's very grey. I don't really have a problem with it, really. And when I see other people who are salt and pepper, it looks so nice because there's such a distinct, they've got black hair and grey hair. I feel like for me, the grey hair, my hair becomes like an off black with the grey. And I feel like it looks dirty. Like people from a distance think my hair. And then upon closer,
Yes.
then they realize, oh, no, it's just grey
Why
hair.
are you judging me from a distance?
Yeah.
Come close. Yeah.
So, yeah, the third album, yes, No Dreads, Ndilapa, September. Came out September 6th, 2024.
Ndilapa, why are you announcing your arrival?
Because I never left. This is the thing. So the opening track, Ndilapa, right, says, Ndilapa ndibuyile kodwa bendingamganga. I hadn't actually left, but Ndilapa meaning I'm here, right? And it's closer.
But you see, my assertion or my interpretation of it is because I'm in 2015, 2024,
9 years.
see.
But the music was always there.
We know that, but
so the music was there. So I had perhaps left in terms of an album, but the product, the music is there all the time. And that's the thing about music, right? That, and I suppose with this third album, it's challenging the notions of how we measure presence or how we, right? That we kind of, the difference between presence and visibility.
Yeah.
And I think now there's too much hyper visibility.
Yes.
To the point where if you're not visible, it's almost like you're not present.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get people who are powerful and influential and their work is present, but they don't want the hyper visibility.
Yes.
And I think with music, there is that. We can have that choice to say, the art is there, the music is there. Whenever you want, you can listen to it. But you're not going to see me all the time, my face. I don't want the hyper visibility that comes with it. So Ndilapa is that, to say we can be present in different ways. And I'm that person. I think people know that about me now. You're not going to see much of me on these platforms, but my work is always there.
Yeah. Is that the state of women today?
I think so. I think, it's a complex thing because women are absolutely incredibly powerful. They always have been. It's not a new thing. But I think it's always that thing of, especially as artists, because now the thing about creating art is that you also have to acquire the skill of content creation. How do you
to go to where the people are?
Yeah.
Instead of pulling them.
Yeah, and the aesthetic pressure that comes with it. And already women have been subject to that kind of expectation, especially in music. You present yourself in the, please dress this way and you must be the fancy because you're the singer, you're the woman, you're the this, you're the that. So I just write in this album about my experience and kind of where I now draw the line as someone who's 9 years older from the second album. To say, this is where I'm at and this is how I want to present myself.
And by the way, this is the very same album that has Wendile.
Yeah.
What else is in this book? What other chapter that talks of grief?
Grief.
Of who now?
My grandmother.
Oh.
Ubuli. So there's a song on the album titled Hymn for Buli. I was raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
So my grandparents were Mama no Tata, right? So she passed away December 2020 from COVID-related complications. And it's funny, I think I was telling you off air earlier that Mandis and I inherited my late father's vinyls.
Sure.
And she sent them to us September 2020. She couriered them to us together with all our wedding gifts because we'd gotten married about a year before. And she was like, I need to get rid of these vinyls because they've been sitting. We kissed,
Yeah.
Always, it's got your birth certificates, your
everything.
Everything is in that kist.
That thing is a vault.
It's a vault. Listen, so these records were sitting in the kist, and you buy, right? And she sent the vinyls to us September, and she passed away December.
Oh.
And I remember a conversation we were having, and she had said to Mandisi, the day I die, or at my funeral, I trust you to lead my song. Candid conversation in PE, everyone's laughing, like, don't talk about, but she said it. She said, Mandisike, you know him, what, in the Hosanna hymn book. And she was healthy. And 3 months later, he had to actually do it in real life.
Oh, my word.
And so, Hymn for Buli, which I then wrote about a year or two, is the melody is a play on that hymn.
Okay.
And in that song, I express the loss, the grief.
Yeah.
On Hymn for Buli. And funny enough, on the album, it's followed by Zizi.
Oh.
Because she was pressurized. She was like, now you are married now, girl. When are you gonna, a child, Anyana? Grandmothers, they like that. And she had never asked me about having children ever before.
Yeah.
And suddenly she was like, check, what, because she was a nurse. Now she's coming with this medical terminology, like, I mustn't be too old to get. And so we bury her December 2020. And I find out 4 months later that I'm with child. And so that's why in Zizi, I say, you danced inside me, silencing my grief. You gave life to me, because she came at a time when I was on it was a slippery slope down. And so she passes away December. And then Sibongile Khumalo passes away January 28th, 2021. And on this album is a song titled Sibongile. And that song, I had no intention at all to write a song for Sibongile. Like none. When she passed, I said nothing. Her death completely paralyzed me. And I think it paralyzed me perhaps more than my grandmother's one, because I had not seen her in months. I used to send her a text on her birthday, 24th September, without fail, and she would always respond. And I sent her a text, 24th September 2020, and she didn't reply. And my mother said to me, I found no Sibongile. It's not like her. Something's off. So when she passed, So I wrote Sibongile at my piano in my office at UCT, and it was one of those songs where it's through composed, so there's no improvisation.
Yeah.
It's composed from note 1 to the final bar.
Sure.
And within an hour, I'd written it. And so that's what's in this body of work, this kind of the duality, but also the fact that you can be in the depths of grief, but also bring life at the same time.
Cycle of life, isn't it?
Right? So I think it's a really beautiful body of work in that way, that I celebrate the departed, but I also celebrate those who've come,
Baya Teta, what's the story behind that?
Again, one of those where, you're right. Yeah, you make the balm, the medicine.
Yeah.
It was just a time shortly after I'd finished my master's, and it was just a challenging time in my personal life at the time, and I just felt vulnerable to people kind of having a sense of what perhaps I was going through, maybe that I was going through a difficult time. And I don't know, I just had this thing that people are probably talking about me. When you just you feel like you're naked.
Yeah. And
you're
and vulnerably so.
Vulnerably so. But then also choosing to be quiet and to keep your head up high and knowing and that thing that says it doesn't actually matter, because they will speak anyway, because people speak about other people as if they know.
That's
which
right.
is why that verse says bazindoni.
Yes.
They're not going to come to you and say, Tibos, I heard this about you.
That's right.
They'll say it there
in hushed tones.
Yeah. But the bridge that kind of says ndimhle. And it's no use crying. You can cry until your eyes completely dry. People will still talk. And it's one of the songs, I think, in my discography that I absolutely think was one of the greatest gifts of my artistry, of my songwriting.
Yeah.
to encapsulate that universal thing of that people talk into a song like that. Incredible. And one of the best things is to hear people sing it back when I do it again. I no longer have to sing it now. People just hear the intro. Gang, gang, it's over. I'm like, you take it then.
Yeah. Which then says you have written a song that has become a personal anthem to many.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for us is that moment for us to say, who else is our narrator? Who else is our storyteller? Who else is our mirror for our women as we celebrate Women's Month? What is the anthem now? And Bateta, for me, as you just explained it, encapsulates exactly what she's going through most times.
Yeah.
She's moving, but she has this thing, nagging feeling that why are they laughing behind my back? Why are they talking in harsh tones behind my back? But you're saying to her, Umhle?
Unestima. Yeah. Because dignity. Yeah. You know, in Xhosa we say, you know, like, you see, like the one caller was just absolutely standing out, said to me, Mamu Dyantyis.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives that like,
Yeah. Come on.
You know, you fold your arms and your,
stand tall.
Stand tall.
Keep your head up high.
It's interesting with the, what anthem now, you know, and there's so many, but I think it'll never get old when you hear Thandiswa Mazwai sing. Where to, you know?
Where? Yeah.
It's women who've birthed us. Never,
No,
lest you forget.
I'm glad you said that. This very past, and I hope they caught on to what I was doing. I was playing at the Women's Day concert. Joe Thomas, Anthony Hamilton were there. Zonke. No. Yeah. It's Java. Okay. I'll stop there. My first song was exactly that.
Yeah.
Uthandiso. Nizola ngobani.
Yeah.
You need to be reminded, because sometimes in this world the maze can throw you off so much, the red race can throw you off so much, then you forget who you are. Maybe a reminder, right?
And that song, I mean, how else do you say it?
Exactly.
Because even the perpetrators of these really, you know, heinous crimes against women and children.
Yeah.
And what's even more disturbing now is we see that, you know, I think to myself, when did we arrive at this point where mothers, you know, kill their own children? Like CP, like, you know. And so I think that question still remains. Nizilibele. You know, have you forgotten?
Sure.
So that's the anthem. I mean, we'll always write songs, but then there are those songs that will always be the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And I think that is the lighthouse.
And I think followed by Bayateta.
Yeah. I appreciate that. That's incredible.
It really is. It really is. It speaks to, like you said, don't forget.
Yeah.
We just reminded who you are. But in your journey, don't forget good tea.
Because there's consequences to forgetting, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Huge consequences to forgetting.
Your head must be held up high, because even if you win, they'll still talk.
Oh yeah. Listen, you can't be. Don't go there now, because we're about to close.
Ish.
So don't start something. Don't start something now, because even when you win,
okay, you have.
Don't start something.
You have a minute.
No.
Come on.
No.
Say it. No. Say it.
No, but I think you're right, and I think it's the complexity of being humans, right? That we think that when we win, we silence the critics, or we silence. And I think also now we live in this era where people are, I think sometimes we're paranoid about people are out to get us, you know, the haters. We live in the age of the haters when, you know, and I've never really subscribed to that, although I know that, but it's about knowing that not everybody wants what's good for you. And sometimes the people who say they want what's good for you, when you get what's good for you, they're not actually that happy, right? Always finding a loophole, a crack, right? So bazothetha either way. And I think that's harsh. And that's the truth. That even when you win, they still talk. Why did she get it? Why not him? Why not? How did you? Wow, come on, man.
Where do we find you, girl, next?
Tonight at the Untitled Basement.
Wait a minute. Here, Bram.
Yes. Okay. No. Yes. Sold out show tonight.
Oh,
At the Untitled Basement. Okay.
it breaks my heart.
Lots of broken hearts about that.
Yo.
Lots of broken. It's a small venue, so yeah, the tickets went quickly. So that's why I am tonight, and then I'm in Durban on the 27th of August. I'm going to speak at the Music Imbizo.
Oh,
I'm the
lovely.
opening. Yeah, I'm going to deliver the opening keynote at the Music Imbizo, and then that same night I'm performing at the UK Zen Centre for Jazz and Popular Music. So the Durbanites are in for a treat. And then Standard Bank Joy of Jazz.
You'll be there.
It's a 3-day festival. Now, I know I'm going to see you there. And I'm on the 27th, which is the Saturday, because I know it's running Friday, Saturday, Sunday now.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing some stuff in between, some private stuff. And I'm off to Finland in September with my colleagues from UCT and 6 students. We're going on a songwriting exchange for 10 days, which I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, so...
Go finish them.
So I Eda.
Do you see what I did there?
Don't go finish. We finished now.
Finland, finish them.
Finish them. No! Close it. Ivale.
Bye-bye.
Ivale.